Well, I think right now you see a worldwide something called the Occupy movement, right? Now, and I can look in any movement and see us. Anywhere it happens in the world. That's how powerful this work is. The biggest feature of the Occupy movement that belongs to our movement is the consensus decision-making process. Consensus politics, the idea that everybody have voice, equal voice in a discussion, in a decision. That's us. Anytime you hear a discussion about white supremacy, racism, that's us. Sexism, that's us. The rights of women, that's our movement. The rights of all people, the rights for everyone to be treated as an equal, to be respected, to be cared for. The right to education, free. The right to medical care, free. These are the ideas of the movement that I've been a part of for 51 years. So anytime you hear those discussions, you're talking about that movement. When you hear discussions about electoral politics will not solve the problem. The rich cannot solve the problem. When you hear people do an analysis that says, even if rich people wanted to solve the problem, they have no knowledge of how to do it because they've never been poor and they've never been in the business of taking care of poor people. So they have no knowledge of how to solve the problems that poor people have. Those kinds of discussions, whenever you hear them, that's the movement that I'm a part of and have been a part of. And that's the best way to identify it. And those are the victories. The victories are that we have pushed the consciousness of the movement from being somebody who believed in white supremacy and thought that the governments would heal the problem and petitions the government to heal the problem, as opposed to getting out and doing it yourself, creating a movement that would take care of yourselves. So we've done this throughout the years. We were right there in New York, where you from, I think. We had 60 brownstones, long years ago. Just took them, fixed them up, put poor people in them, taught the poor people the skills of how to fix them up. Took them and went to court, and they could not take them back because they had sat on the streets and they were boarded up and they was a nuisance to our community. And a citizen have the right to take a sore spot out of their community, out of their midst. You have a right to pick up paper in front of your house. You have a right to remove evil or anything wrong in your community. A boarded up house that invites the criminal elements to live in it is a sore spot to a community, and that community has a right to take charge of that house. We took that argument to New York City. We took that, come on, be cool, you can't do all that noise now. I'm doing something, you gotta be quiet. Lay down and be cool. Come on now. So, lay down. This notion of poor people being organized to be caretakers of themselves is a victory that we are continuously winning. It's slow. It's slow. The world has not learned it yet, but it's more and more each time. A lot of these kids now know how to make energy. We just put an ethanol plant together in Colombia in a poor community where they basically use motorbikes for transportation. And we made ethanol, which is basically making corn whiskey. We made ethanol to put in the bicycles out of sugarcane juice. We're learning how to make energy with the use of windmills, with the use of solar. We're learning how to make batteries. We're learning how to refurbish cars. We're learning how to make methane gas with decaying raw material, organic material. So this is the work. This is the work that they did when they ran away from slavery. Those slaves had to rebuild communities from A to Z. They had no foundation support. They had no grants. They had no government support. They were running from the government. And they went and set up independent communities all over the world, man. Canada, up there in the dismal swamp between Virginia and North Carolina. It's 100,000 or more slaves lived there for over 100 years, and the whites never captured them. We built these communities. We made our houses, our food, our clothes, our shoes. We made our furniture. We made our lumber to build the houses. We did it all. And it's called for now. And that's our movement. And that's our movement. And I believe we are being called to step up right now. Because what you hear those kids saying most, all those people in that Occupy movement, they're starting to realize that electoral politics ain't gonna solve their problem. Obama ain't gonna solve their problem. Corporations can't solve their problem. What's left? We gotta solve our own damn problem. And that's where we at.